All right, hey, let's dive in with another reading from the Secret Language of Birthdays book by Gary Goldschneider and Joost for May 31st, the day of the cutting edge. We got us a picture of what looks like a crow, full spread eagle there, or maybe it's just a darkly illustrated hawk. That might make more sense. Got them sharp talons. I don't know. Hey, is it May 31st and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to say happy birthday. And if this video finds you long after that fact, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. But for everyone else who's joining us, welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Well, let's dive in, shall we? Your month is May, your day the 31st, your sign is 9 to 11 degrees Gemini, of the Gemini I period specifically, and your quality and elements is mutable, air. May 31st, the day of the cutting edge. Those born on May 31st often convey the image of being tough or cool. Actually, they are much nicer once you get to know them. Perhaps sentimental, even. On occasion, soft-hearted. The outward persona or mask they assume for the world is often worn to hide an underlying insecurity or even trauma in early childhood. And those born in this day function as straight shooters and no-nonsense people. Capable and efficient to the extreme, they believe in attending with care to the details of life. A tendency for May 31st people to repeat themselves, however, to hammer their message home, can be an annoying one to those who live with them. Another negative trait is that they can be highly argumentative. Activity and energy pervade everything May 31 people do. As Geminis, they are mentally oriented, but their physicality is equally apparent, perhaps surpassing their mental energy. Even when those born in this day make decisions that are way off the mark, they rarely change their mind, unless their emotions can be appealed to. But this is hardly likely, since they are not easy to reach. Even those close to them may have to struggle for months or years to get through to them. Perhaps there is a chance they can be won over on sentimental grounds or with arguments involving honor and trust. Both sexually and emotionally, May 31 people are drawn like a magnet to passionate individuals and expression. Though their thinking or methods may be advanced, those born in this day who are in the public eye generally try to reach a general audience, rather than presenting themselves as elitists whose ideas are for the few. In conveying their message, May 30 people are extremely self-assured, and their credo is that confidence breeds success. The other side of this coin is that they may be ill-prepared for failure, which can leave them completely bewildered. Unfortunately, their recuperative powers are strong, and so they generally bounce back. There is an underlying chaotic and formless nature to May 30 personality, a propensity for rapid change and a talent for adaptation. Sometimes those born in this day try to counteract such tendencies by giving their lives and those of their family an inordinate amount of structure. It is as if by adhering to this rigid structure they can forestall falling into inaction or chaos. Consequently, May 30 people are often on the go, doing things, going places, repairing, starting new projects. And those born on May 30 often have excellent technical skills, which they also wish to bring to the attention of the world. But if multi-talented, do best focusing in one area. The most successful May 30 people learn to bring extremes of their personality into harmony with each other, often through their work or family and social relationships. If not successful at this, they appear as souls in torment and constantly struggling against frustration and unhappiness. Neither the oblivion of ceaseless activity nor temporary escape from problems gives them rest in the long run. And for many born on May 30, true peace is hard to find. All right, let's move on to those born on this day. And if you're not interested in hearing about them, just skip ahead in chapters. I put them down there for that reason specifically. But I find it important to dive in on those born on this day so we know what company the birthday boy or girl is in. So let's move on. We've got Walt Whitman, who was a 19th century poet and famous for Leaves of Grass, and free verse innovator, journalist, editor, stood on Philadelphia street corners giving away his poems. Norman Vincent Peale, he was a clergyman, writer of The Power of Positive Thinking. We have Clint Eastwood, the film actor, director of Unforgiven, and Carmel Mayer. We have Rainier Warner Fassbinder. He was a German master film director of Berlin, Alexanderplatz, and Marriage of Maria Braun. He was also an actor and a producer. We also have Joe Namath, the football quarterback, all-NFL, two-time all-NFL model, actor, and sports commentator. Brooke Shields, a film actress and model. Fred Allen, a radio comedian host. Prince Rainier III, he was a Monaco ruler. Hilla Rebay was the first Guggenheim Foundation curator and a museum co-designer with Frank Lloyd Wright. And we have Ellis Kelly, a hard-edged painter and sculptor. Nicholas Krusenik, a hard-edged painter. Got two of them, huh? Pope Pius XI, Henry Scoop Jackson, U.S. Senator lawyer. Donna Meach, who was a film actor. Peter Fleming, a theatrical reviewer, a novelist of the Sixth Column. Frederick von Hardenberg, 19th century Prussian statesman. We have Patricia Harris, Carter H.E.W. secretary and a lawyer. Ludwig Tieck was a German poet, novelist, playwright. And we have Jane Roche, a French anthropologist, film director, photographer, and Free P. Otto, a German architect. Moving on to your numbers and your planets. Those born on the 31st of the month are ruled by the number 4, as 3 plus 1 equals 4, and by the planet Uranus. Since only 7 months have a 31st day, it is a less common number for a birthday, and the people born on these days are often difficult to fathom. Those ruled by the number 4 can be uncooperative and argumentative, since their outlook is so often highly individual. They are also extremely sensitive to rejection, which they take very hard. Because they are ruled by the planet Uranus, number 4 people have a propensity for sudden and explosive moods of change. This is particularly true for those born on May 31st due to the strong influence of Mercury, Gemini's ruler, and its effect on Uranus. Here is your tarot. The 4th card of the major arcana is the Emperor, whose rule over concrete and worldly things through wisdom, the primary source of his power. The Emperor is stable and wise, and the force of his authority cannot be questioned. The positive associations of this card are strong willpower and steadfast energy. Unfavorable qualities include stubbornness, tyranny, and even brutality. All right, moving on to your health. All forms of escape pose grave dangers to the health of May 30 people. Because of an inability to handle disappointment and frustration, those born on this day have a marked tendency to seek solace in alcohol and drugs, and to nurse private feelings of self-pity. They must work on developing a realistic approach to the world, one that acknowledges the symbiosis of positive/negative and good/evil, etc., and admitting that they too can fail at things. Secondly, they must know themselves at a deep level. Perhaps they can learn not to drive themselves so hard, allowing time for coming to terms with problems. Meals should not be just another component in a highly structured day. May 30 people need to loosen up and allow some flexibility in their diet. They must remember that it is not only what one eats that is healthful, but the enjoyment of the meal as well. And here is some advice. Look your emotional problems squarely in the eye, much as you do when you're handling external concerns. Soften your hard edge if you can. Avoid arguments. They are just a waste of your energy. And find peace within yourself. And here's your meditation. Acceptance of what happens is essential to the discovery of truth. Let's see, your strengths and your weaknesses. You're no-nonsense, capable, and adaptable. Your weaknesses, restless, extreme, and escapist. Your season is spring. Your zodiac sign, once again, is Gemini, of the Gemini 1 period specifically, and your quality and elements is mutable, air. And this has been May 31st, the day of the cutting edge. A little brutal in the assessment of the old Gary Goldschneider and Joost for May 31st people. I wouldn't know if that's true or not, but that's what the Secret Language of Birthdays book says, and it's got over 1 million copies sold for a reason. I'm not sure. Hey, I got an affiliate link down in the description if you're interested in picking this up and learn a little bit more about your zodiac signs and all the astrology stuff. Some people not big into it, but I find it interesting. Don't know. I think I'm agnostic when it comes to whether it's true or not, but it's fun to think about. So yeah, I highly recommend grabbing this book. It's a great coffee table book. It gets conversation started during a party, for better, or as we saw today, sometimes for the worse. Who's to say? In any event, hey, today was your birthday. I wish you a heartfelt happy birthday. And for all those of you who were just joining us randomly, I hope you enjoyed yourselves and you join us for your birthday. All right, take care of yourselves now.